Hello and welcome back to Sammy's Witchcrafts. So how are we all? How's the weather been? We had one nice day the other day, which was absolutely beautiful, and then it's raining again. This weather. I just want it to be sunny now. I just want it to all be bright and sunny and lovely so we can do things outside. So today's craft it's not actually a craft, it's just something I did when I was growing up, and I thought just something very quickly today, but I thought maybe you could make with a youngster and have a bit of fun with this. And I used to love them when I was growing up, you know, to make them, take them to school, and then I used to sort of like, when it come to playtime, I used to get these out and we used to just play games with them. So, who remembers these? So today, I'm going to show you how to make one of these. Now they're known as, they've got a couple of names, but the one that comes to mind was paper fortune teller. If you know it's called something else, let me know in the comments below. I think something was like paper chatterbox or something like that. But I just thought I'd make one of these today because the last couple of videos that I've done have been extremely long, just because it was crocheting, it was quite in-depth. So I thought rather than making a craft today, I thought I'd make one of these. Because a lot of people, when I show them these, they go, oh my goodness me, I remember those, but I don't know how to make them. I'm going to show you. So I'm not going to sit and chat here all day. I'd love to, but I've got other things that I need to be doing. Plus I want to show you how to make one of these. And the good thing with these is you can put anything that you want on them, different words. So if you've got children that are doing sort of I've got to learn some spellings for the week, if they still do that. I don't know if they still do that. You could write words that they're sort of like not quite getting hold of, put them on the top here, and then that can, they then got to sit in there, and it's pretty good for, or just have fun with them. But they're good for sort of like children with sort of like fine motor skills, I should say. But they're great fun, and kids will play with these because once you've made one, I then had some paper left over, and then I made a smaller one, and then I still had some paper left over. So I thought, oh, I'm going to make another one. So I made an even smaller one, and I can still do it. I haven't written on it yet though. And then I still had a little bit of paper left, and I managed to make this tiny one that I can just about do. I can do it that way, but I can't open my fingers the other way. But they're great fun. You can do anything with them. You can even turn them upside down like the bigger ones and put things in them. You could have them on the Easter table if you do that for Easter. You could, because what I used to do for Easter is I used to get permanent marker colour pens like this, and I used to make my children draw on them before I would then boil them, and they had dippy egg for breakfast. So I used to draw like a bunny or flowers or anything that they just would want to draw on it with your permanent marker. So they should still have colour on after you've boiled them. Might come off a little bit, and then you can put them in and hold them in the paper fortune teller. But there, these are great. So Don't know what they are. I don't know if you can see that because that yellow is not very bright. So what you do is write on each of the square, but if you want to make it a little bit more complicated, you can then, where it is got the crease in it there, you can write on either side of those, so you can put more than just one word on there. And then once you've done that, you can spell out the colour. Then you open it up, and inside you've got your numbers. So then once you then let them choose a number. So let's do red, R-E-D. What numbers have I got? 1, 2, 5 and 6. So I'm going to choose 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got 4, 7, 8 and 3. So I choose 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you choose another number. I'm going to choose 5. Then you open it up, and then it'll be in this sort of triangle here. You can write what's your favourite animal, what's your favourite colour, sing a song, and then you write all round in these. Oh, I've marked it out there so you can see it a little bit easier. So you can then write in these triangles a little sing a song, say a nursery rhyme, so anything, put anything in it, ask questions, whatever you want to put in it. You can make lots of different ones. But I know that if you make these with children, they're going to want to sit and play for a while. And they'll go make some more, and they'll do some more. But they're great fun. So what do we need to make this paper fortune teller? A piece of paper. It can be any piece of paper. If you've got a square piece of paper, that will be much better. But I'm going to make this into a square piece. So if you haven't got any, don't worry about it. If you've got a 4-line, plain, whatever, I'll cut it out to the shape that we need it. So we've got our paper. We also then need 4 different colour pens to write on the top. So I've got a blue, a green, a red and a yellow. Unfortunately my yellow's not working too well, so try to get it working, but we'll see. And then I've also got I've got a biro or a Bic to then write numbers inside. You can use another felt tip, and the ones I'm using are sort of like a permanent marker pen. So a different, you can use one of the pens that you've already used, but I've just used a black one, but I don't know where I've put it, so I'm just going to use my biro, and that's it. I don't need any scissors. I'm going to be tearing the paper, so I don't need any scissors, and I don't need any glue, just literally a piece of paper and some pens. So that's what we're going to be making today. It's not actually a craft, it's just something that I thought would be nice for if any of yous out there, you really enjoyed these as a child and forgotten how to make them. We're going to make them. So I'm going to go and get all my bits and pieces together, and I'll show you how to do it. So I've got my paper and I've got my pens. So I'll put the pens to one side. So first things first, I need to make this piece of paper into a square. I've shown you this before on another video when I made the Christmas star, the paper star. So if you've not seen that, I'll put the link up. I think it goes up there somewhere. So let's make this piece of paper into a square. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this corner down if you're right-handed from that side, and if you're left-handed, bring it. It doesn't matter what side you bring it, really, it's just making the square. So we lay that over so it looks like a triangle, and you line it up to the edge of the paper, and just put a crease across the angle there. So now we've got this section here. So I turn it over and I fold back and I line this edge here with the piece underneath. And run our finger along. I grab it between my nails and then I just drag it across. Then I turn it over and I do that again. And then I open up my paper, and this section here, and I'm just going to slightly tear and pull down. I'll put my hand on this side of the paper to keep it there, and then just slowly, if it starts tearing, just fold the paper up again and then just score across the top again, and then it should just pull away nicely. When you get to the bottom here, I just put my finger just to save the corner. I don't need that piece of paper, but I'll use it for something else. So now we've got our square piece of paper. If you've already got a square piece of paper, brilliant. You can go straight into folding the paper to make this paper fortune teller or paper chatterbox. I wouldn't know what else to call it. How cool is that? Anyway, let's get back to making it so you can have some fun. So now I'm going to I've turned my page over just because I find it easier for some reason. I'm then going to fold it in half again, just so then I get a middle point. So then I've got the middle of my page there. So all you're going to do now is I've got my paper, it looks like a diamond. So this point here, I'm going to bring into the middle, and I'm just going to run my finger along the bottom now and turn my piece of paper. Then with this point here, I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to bring that into the middle as well. Run my finger along the bottom to crease that paper in. Going to turn it round to the next corner. Going to bring that into the middle as well, lining it up the best you can. Once you're happy with it, then just run your finger across the bottom. Looks like an envelope now. So I'm going to turn it round, and I'm going to bring that point into the middle as well. So I've still got a square with all the corners folded in, and then we turn over. So now, I've got the pieces of paper that I've just folded over are now on the bottom. So I'm going to go to this corner here, and I'm going to bring that point into the middle. Line it up best you can, and then just once it's folded over, run your finger over and put a crease at the bottom. I'm going to do exactly the same here. So what I've done on the first 4 folds, I've now turned over, and I'm just doing exactly the same. Fold that into the middle, run your finger along the bottom, and now I'm coming to this corner here. I'm just going to fold that into the middle as well. So again, it looks like a bit like an envelope. But I'm going to turn it all the way around so I've got the point facing me, and I'm going to just lift up and fold that into the middle. And basically that's it. You then fold, I normally fold these up to then put creases along the bottom underneath this piece of paper here, and I fold again just so I can then just give it a bit of a push down with my finger and crease it a bit better. And then you sort of lay it out flat, and then you've got your, on this side you've got these 4 corners and they lift up. Then when you turn it over, you've got these 4 folds. Oh, I've just creased that one down. I've got these 4 folds. So then if I turn it back over with the 4 corners, I can put my fingers underneath. I just put my fingers in between 2 of the sides. This can be a little bit tricky, but if you folded well, if it doesn't fold up, you just put your finger in the middle and you just grab, and then get these 2 fingers, 2 thumbs, and put them underneath. And now you have your paper fortune teller. Then all I do is I just lay it flat, so I've got where I can put my fingers underneath in the corner, and then I just write my pen's red, so I'm going to write red. Got a blue, but if you want to do more than one color, where there's a crease there, you can write either side of those, so you don't just have to have the 4 colors like I've done. You can write a color here, so I can write like blue here, write yellow there. I'm going to write green here, right across there. I'm going to write orange here. And I'm going to put pink. So I've added, I know I said just 4 pens, but I've actually added an extra 2 colours, but that's just to show you that you can put more colours or words, whatever you want to put on here. So then when you fold back, so that you see, you can then see all the colours on top there. So it looks pretty. I quite like it with the colours like that. But I've only got a certain amount of pens with me, so now we come to the next stage where you've got to write your numbers in here. So what we do is we lay it all flat, so we've got the writing on one side, turn it over. I'm going to use my blue pen. So you don't have to write 1 to 8, you can write whatever, you can write it up in 2s, 3s, even numbers, odd numbers, whatever you want to do really. So I'm going to just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So now when you then put these back on your fingers and you've chosen a colour, I'm going to do pink, P-I-N-K. You can now see the numbers in. So if I do it that way, you can see those numbers. And then all you do after that is once you've written your numbers in, you lift up the fold piece of paper. And what I'll do is I'll just, so where number 7 is, you lift that flap up, and in that triangle there you write a little message so you can then write, what is your favourite colour? And then you just write round in all these triangles. You can decorate them. But these are great fun to make, and like I said, kids love them. I used to make loads of them. And then you can put whatever you want in there. So that is how you make a paper, I can get that piece there, a paper fortune telling. But if you know a different name for it, let me know, because I really couldn't remember what they were called. I had to go and look it up, and what I had to put into Google, it took me ages. And then I think I put origami something in the end, and it then finally come up. But yeah, they're great. And like I said, you can put whatever wording you want on here. It hasn't got to be colours. Like I said, if your child's trying to learn words, if they still do that, and they're stuck on a couple, you can make one of these up, put the words on the side, and then it might just help them try and remember spelling the word out. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just a really, really quick craft that you can do with your children, or some adults if you fancy having a game with an adult. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Lots of fun to make, and you can decorate them, put flowers on them, or whatever shapes, anything really. It's just a little bit of fun that I thought I'd share with you. Well, anyway, so Sammy, which crafts are we going to do next? I don't know. I'm going to have a little think. I've got a few things up there. All depends on what sort of things people want to do. I have still got some ideas that people have given me, but I can't do those until I'm back home in my craft cupboard. So once I get back to my craft cupboard, I can start doing those and showing you what you need. But I do plan to do something when I do get home, to do something with my die cutters and even my Cricut machine, because I haven't used that for ages, and I want to make a few cards, and I want to show how to make an envelope as well, because have you ever been in a situation where you've got the card but for some reason you've used the envelope for something else? So I do plan to show how to make an envelope, but that will be when I'm home. So yeah, get yourself some paper, some pens, and even if you just sit and make one yourself and just as you did as a kid. Anyway, you take care. Hope you had fun with this little craft, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.